Hello guys, welcome back to Chaos TV once again with me, Metis and Abbas on streaming duties. You are joining us for the TT Esports League of Legends semi-finals, or is it grand finals? It's actually the grand finals, my apologies, lower brackets. And basically the winner of this will be facing YDK, so actually it's not the semi-finals. I'm a bit confused. I don't know what it is, guys, but the winner of this will face the team of YDK, and the winner of that game will face off against 3D Max in the very grand finals at the end for some nice hardware. Either way, we are going to be seeing rYo facing off against, let me have a quick check, I've already forgot, it's Rest in Pieces, of course. I'm all over the place at the moment, and these two guys actually faced off against each other earlier on in the tournament in the second round upper brackets, where rYo actually went through. In fact, it's not rYo, it's rYo. What a start this is turning out to be. Reality Online, oh my god, I'm just gonna stop dribbling now. Okay, it's Reality Online versus Rest in Pieces. There, I've got it, it's set in stone, it's done. So yes, we saw these two face off against each other in a second round matchup in the upper brackets, and basically our Rest in Pieces got destroyed 2-0. So now they're meeting up again in the loser brackets, and of course Rest in Pieces will be looking to make amends and get some revenge as well, so they can go through to the face-off YDK in the upper bracket face-off match against 3D Max. Whoever wins that one, of course, will be going against 3D Max. So we are just waiting to go into the picks and bans, and we've actually been on the screen for a little while, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on, perhaps some technical difficulties. Apparently, iJoke is saying he has some sound issues he needs to fix, so we're just going to wait for that to go ahead and to sort itself out. So let's look at the brackets there. You have 3D Max sitting in the upper bracket finals, waiting for the loser brackets to go ahead and finish up. So this match is going to be Reality Online against Rest in Pieces. Winner of this will face off against YDK, and the winner of that match against 3D Max. Not entirely sure when these games are going to be played, guys. We do aim to try and bring a game a day for you. I think we've by and large kept quite good to that one. The only reasons why we haven't been casting a couple of these days is purely because there's been no games to cast, which is always, of course, difficult to go ahead with. And apparently we do have some more invites needed to be done because someone is bugging, so this is a bit of a nightmare because you already have a delay of about 20 minutes. This game was initially due to start at 6:30 GMT or 7:30 if you're in Central European time zone, but we had some delays, and now we're having delays on delays, so it's always good times. Well, Bass, this kind of sucks, right? He's just saying, yeah, it's kind of normal, which is true, actually. I thought Call of Duty 4 games were kind of riddled and cursed with delays, but it seems League of Legends is no exception, and the most weird thing is that actually we're not being told what the problems are, so we're literally just sat here looking at the same screen you guys are. Okay, there we go, we are finally into the picks and bans. And I need to close Xfire. I've just got like 15 messages at once, which is quite strange. So yes, it is gonna be Reality Online to go ahead and pick their first ban, which is going to be Shyvana. Of course, Shyvana is a great jungler or solo top, can be used either way. It really has been banned out as well, obviously counteracting that strong solo top play. Shen as well, since that buff has been a bit of a thorn in a huge amount of sides, so he's been taken out. Lee Sin from the jungles, so basically they've been targeted for 3 solo top characters. Lee Sin obviously jungler slash solo top as well. Karthus being banned out purely for his global ultimate and incredible damage that he can output even when dead. And we are now just waiting for that third ban from the Rest in Pieces team, which is going to be Cassiopeia. So interesting bans, by and large orthodox, no huge surprises there. Shen has been banned time and time again since that buff, and the rest of them you'll often see banned pretty much whichever game you spectate on. At least one of these bans will be coming out. So going to quickly switch over towards Reality Online's first pick. Who they're going to be going for. We actually watched these in the very first game of this tournament, but we haven't watched them since, so I'm going to be a bit kind of sketchy on who plays what here. We saw them beat Poksu.tc quite comfortably in the first round. I think they went through 2-0 if memory serves me correctly, but you're going to see a Janna pick out first, which is probably going to be the support for Reality Online. But straight back over to Rest in Pieces. These guys had some pretty weird lane compositions yesterday. If you remember, they had a Leona and Jarvan combo and a Maokai and Lee Sin combo as well. And they won both games. I mean, the Leona and Jarvan combo in particular was just so strong. You know, Leona jumping on top with Zenith Blade and then Jarvan just coming in strong with Dragon Strike. And it was basically a guaranteed kill on Sivir and Sona every single time they utilised that one. But we are going to see a Kali, or perhaps not, as he has switched over to Katarina. But Morgana has been locked in for that mid-roll, I'm assuming. And the second pick for Kautard, interesting name, is just going to basically switch around. Not sure what he's going to pick in the end here. Of course, Morgana can also go solo top, but she's more synonymous with taking that mid-roll. And it would appear we may see the Ashe AD carry coming out here from Kautard. Alrighty, so back to Reality Online. How are they going to combat against the Ashe AD? Obviously they already have Janna, so are they going to pick up a Graves? Is it going to be a Sivir, perhaps something like a Kog'Maw? No, is the answer to all those questions. It's going to be a Tristana at bot lane with Janna, which of course works very well. Janna's a great support character. She has that beautiful shield that she can put on her teammates' Eye of the Storm, or she can pop that Howling Gale and knock people in the air, which is great CC overall, especially in team fights as well. With her ultimate, can do all kinds of utility damage to the opposite team, obviously pushing them all back and take away channeling ultimates, and that heal on top of it, on top of Typhoon, is just all too good. But let's have a look at what the next pick is going to be here. It's going to be a Maokai. Now, Maokai wasn't actually banned out here, so he's an extremely good jungler if they do decide to go ahead with that. Also, of course, can potentially play solo top. Anyway, back to Rest in Pieces. How are they going to combat that Maokai jungle? Although it looks like Maokai has taken Clairvoyance, so not sure what's going to happen there. Maybe Janna and Maokai are going to switch here. Not entirely sure, but obviously time will tell. Taric has been picked up from J-Re. And if memory serves me correctly from yesterday, Slayer of Goats was actually Rest in Pieces jungler, so wouldn't expect to see him picking something up there. I did see someone switching across from Rammus, so we'll see. We're going to have to find out what's going on here. Veigar has been picked. I'm pretty sure that's going to be changed over though. Apologies, just taking a quick drink there. So we do have Soraka being taken for the support. Yes, he has switched over to Rammus. Or is he going to take Soraka? No, he's not. He's going to switch to Taric with literally half a second to go. But yes, Rammus will be in the jungle. So Rammus, of course, himself is such a great ganker with those early level speedball to just fly into enemies. Then the taunt on top of that is pretty much a guaranteed kill as long as you can synchronize those ganks well in advance. You'd expect these guys to be in a kind of communications program to have those ganks locked down. And would definitely expect to see two very active junglers here in the form of Maokai and Rammus. We're going to see an Ahri pick as well, perhaps, along with a Kassadin. Kassadin in the EU scene is banned pretty much 90% of the time, but obviously not this time. And maybe they're going to switch over to something else. They do need a solo top player. Looks like it could be Gangplank they're going to go ahead with. But Ahri has actually been locked in mid, so it's going to be Ahri versus Morgana in that mid lane. Wukong would be a great pick. And I think they're actually maybe going along with the Wukong pick there. Of course, his Cyclone is so good, his ultimate there can knock everybody in the air. He does great damage, has decoy as well for early ganking escapes. If Rammus flies in with that speedball, of course, Wukong just pop decoy and perhaps escape. And we are now going to wait for that solo top coming out from Rest in Pieces. Could be an Udyr. Udyr is very good at solo top, incredibly difficult to harass out of that lane. The fact he has turtle stance and a very quick bear form dash, and of course that stun on top of it's going to be great work with Rammus. But we just have to find out. He's got another 20 seconds to lock in this Udyr pick. But while we're waiting for Udyr to go ahead and lock in if he so chooses, but let's read out the team so far. You're going to have for Reality Online, Janna, Maokai, Tristana, Wukong and Ahri. Would definitely expect to see Maokai jungling with Janna and Tristana at bot lane, Wukong solo top and Ahri in mid. Udyr has just been locked in, so I'm going to be expecting for Rest in Pieces to see an Ashe and Taric combo at bot lane, Morgana in mid, Rammus jungling, and Udyr solo top to top it all off. The switches are coming in here, so yes, indeed, we are going to see Maokai jungling with Janna taking Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is, of course, such a great utility spell, gives you some vision on the map wherever you choose to look. Taric hasn't actually picked up Clairvoyance yet, he's gone with Ignite and Flash. But those are going to be the rosters, guys. So we're going to take a very quick commercial break. We'll be back in about 3 or so minutes while this delay ticks down. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back for this first game of Reality Online versus Rest in Pieces. Hello guys, welcome back to the live coverage of the TT Esports League of Legends Cup from ESH Esports Heaven. If you don't know, I'm rYpz and you are watching Chaos TV with Bass filling in the streaming duties, and we are ready to go live in this first game between Reality Online and Rest in Pieces. Someone's spamming everywhere on spectator mode. That's kind of irritating, to be honest. But looks like we're going to see the two meeting up here. I apologise in advance if I screw up the two team names, as no one is tagged up properly. So I'm just going to be going off blue and purple probably a lot of the time here. On purple, it's going to be Rest in Pieces, and blue are Reality Online. I'll try my best to keep that current and consistent, but because no one's tagged up, it can get quite confusing in the heat of battle. So just a quick warning there for you. But it looks like we're going to have a jungle invade coming from the purple team, coming from Rest in Pieces. Saw this a couple times yesterday. I actually went to the opposition red and tried to pick that one up. They're actually going the exact same route that we saw yesterday, all the way around towards the mid bush. They are going to come in contact with Maokai. Tarek has shattered off that stun, and Maokai is going to drop within a couple seconds. Looks like Udyr could be killed as well. Ignites down him, and Udyr will fall from Wukong. Tarek's in all kinds of problems. He's going to get auto attack down. There's also Ignite on him, but he's going to survive somehow there. Tristana will get taken out from Ashe, but he's going to get down from that tower, so 2 for 2 straight off the bat, with Rest in Pieces taking first blood. So they have the slight gold advantage here, but all kinds of hell broke loose. Ashe has got 1-1-1 on stats, Tarek's 1 for 0. On the opposite team, Wukong picked up both kills for Reality Online, has already finished off those Ninja Tabby boots, which are going to be so important at top lane for him against Udyr, who just has the standard boots along with some health pots and a sight ward. But it's all gone quiet again. Maokai's going to pick up blue here for Reality Online, and for Rest in Pieces you're going to have rYpz taking blue as well. So pretty much standard, pretty much stock play that you'd expect from these two, as Maokai is going to down that blue of these, dings up to 2, and rYpz is already on his way to Wolves. So all even there. Let's have a look at top lane. Going to be Wukong against Udyr, but as I said before, Wukong has advantage on speed and also on the fact that he has Ninja Tabby boots. And if you don't know, Ninja Tabby boots gives you plus 25 armor and reduces the damage taken from non-turret basic attacks by 10%, which is obviously, to start off with, an extremely useful tool to battle Udyr with. As of Udyr, of course, is basically going to be a lot of attack damage coming down on you, especially in Tiger stance, where he gets that increased attack speed, but he does have Turtle on at the moment, which gives him health regen. It's so incredible how much Wukong can actually harass with his abilities. He has taken both Crushing Blow, where he jumps on top of you. In fact, that's the other way around. Nimbus Strike is where he jumps on top of you, and Crushing Blow just gives much more damage on there. So it's 30 plus 94 at the moment. It's going to be doing 124 damage each time he lands that Crushing Blow onto Udyr. But let's take it bot lane here to see. It's going to be Tristana and Janna versus against Tarek and Ashe. Tarek did land a stun there onto Ashe, but Ashe is coming under all kinds of problems here, as I think she's actually going to go down from Tristana. Indeed she will, and that is the beauty, ladies and gents, of Eye of the Storm from Janna. Didn't even need to pop it there, but if Tristana was in any kind of problems whatsoever, Eye of the Storm would have came, and it would have given Tristana 80 additional health points, so to speak, with that shield on top of her. But with Tristana's rocket jump, it's a great utility and great damage on top of that. She's going to jump on top of Tarek here. Look at that pure damage that she's doing to Tarek. Tarek's also being molested from those creeps, but he's going to be able to escape. Did get that stun off onto Tristana, and had that have been a slight bit further forward, I think Tristana may have come under some heavy fire from that turret, but not to be on this case. Udyr is getting harassed back to his tower as Wukong has taken that level advantage. Don't want to harp on about this, but the boots definitely paying to Wukong's advantage there up at top lane. Let's have a look at the two junglers as Maokai is going to push into mid. Of course has those presents or saplings if he's not going to be the Christmas tree, and he also has Twisted Advance on level 1, which of course is a great ganking tool. He basically jumps on top of the enemy and snares them into position, and Ari's damage will be very nice synchronized with that Twisted Advance, if of course Maokai can land it, as he is going to actually jump on. He's going to jump onto Morgana as she's on the tower. They may get this kill, indeed they will. Great play there from Maokai, flashed to use a Twisted Advance, and then Ari popped in with Charm, which of course taunts the enemy, and it's a pretty easy kill in the end. But just for a couple seconds I thought Morgana was going to be able to actually jump onto her tower, and Maokai may take all kinds of damage, but not the case. Great work between them two. 4-2 already on kills, 600 gold differential coming out of the blocks. But let's have a quick look at the creep score difference. As you're going to see at top lane, Wukong on 27, Udyr on 29. So Udyr's actually managed to keep himself ahead there. At bot lane is pretty much just harassment, apart from that kill from Tristana before onto Ashe. And of course that's going to give her the slight lead in bot lane. She's on 31, Ashe is on 26, which isn't bad when you consider that Ashe did get killed, had to go back, and of course missed out on a fair amount of creep score while she was on the bench. Looks like rYo is interested in some jungle invade. He's going to be pushing into the Reality Online's jungle. Maokai's down at golems, has just finished the golem off, has no mana, so he is going to port back. And here comes rYo. He's going to speedball his way through, looking for that gank onto Janna. He has actually landed. It's going to taunt Janna as well. Janna should go down here from Ashe. Will she escape? No, she won't. rYo gets the final hit. Had red buff, of course, which does additional damage and slows enemies as well. And Tristana was quite close to falling herself. Doesn't want to extend too much. She's been caught with Tarek's stun, but she has that heal. Perhaps that was a beautiful bait there from the two, but because rYo is still lurking around, they're not going to go ahead and pursue Ashe and try and take it down, and she has about a quarter or so of her health left, and Ashe is going to be left to just auto attack that turret while both players do recall. Maokai can't do too much. He has no mana whatsoever, and of course Tristana had pretty much no health, so neither of them could afford to stay around. Just wanted to go back and live to fight for another day. So let's move away the action from bot lane at the moment. So as not much is happening, what is the creep score difference like in mid? Well, the answer is there's one creep score in it. Morgana is ahead by 1, so very much even at mid. How's top? Wukong 45, Udyr on 36. So obviously the last time we checked there, Udyr was ahead by 2 creeps. Now Wukong has edged ahead. Both have hit level 6. So Wukong has put, of course, 1 point into Cyclone, where he spins around like a madman and knocks everybody in the air. But of course they can only be knocked in the air 1 time. It's not a consistent thing there. But still, it's a great utility spell in team fights, and nice damage on top of it as well. Looks like Maokai is going to be trying to invade the Rest in Peace's jungle here, but he has got a couple players moving towards him. Ashe has used her Hawk Shot to try and scout that one out, but it looks like Harry's going to pick up that blue completely uncontested. But if you look on the opposite side, the same happened there, so pretty much symmetrical play from the two teams. Morgana went to go and invade the Reality Online jungle with rYo, and Reality Online went to invade the Rest in Pieces. Looks like it could be a gank on here from Maokai. He's going to pop that ultimate, which gives him great sustain, but he's going to get dropped off the tower here, I believe. The heal has came in. Ashe should fall from Tristana, and Ari, she will do so, but fairly big damage coming onto Tristana, so that was a 1-for-1 exchange between the two teams, but this tower is going to get quite weak. Morgana is laying wait, that has landed that dark bind. He's going to pop on the ultimate as well, I'm pretty sure of that. Indeed she will. Tristana tries to jump away, but I don't think she's going to get away from that ultimate that explodes and takes her down. Back to a 5-5. Janna's fallen as well, so 6-5 now. Actually to the Rest in Pieces side. Remember, they were 4-2 down about 2 or 3 minutes ago, so they have managed to pull this one back and now take the lead. They're ahead on gold by 600 as it stands at the moment. And Wukong has actually been harassed down. He's having to run away. Did use that decoy, and Udyr with bear form was trying to chase after him. But guys, we are reaching the 9-minute mark. It's pretty much even. There is a slight difference, of course, on gold. There's a slight difference on kills. The fact that Rest in Pieces are 1 kill ahead as it stands. But still early days here, still anyone's game. This is by no means going to be a snowballing game just yet. May change later on, as you are going to see Maokai kind of sneakily hiding in the bushes there. Perhaps Wukong's trying to bait out Udyr to use his bear form and to put some damage down to Wukong. Would expect Wukong then to basically pop his ultimate and Maokai to jump on with Twisted Advance. But because the creeps are pushing so hard, it's not really giving Maokai a great chance to gank here. Definitely thinks it's a bait from Wukong now. He's purposely playing aggressive. He wants to take some hits from Udyr, make Udyr believe that he can actually take Wukong out here, and then I would expect to see Maokai jump in, but here's rYo. Seems they knew the script, they'd already read it here, and this could be horrible, as Wukong has popped his ultimate. Udyr's forced to flash away. Maokai's ultimate came down as well. Oh my god, Udyr's on so little health, but Wukong has burnt that flash, then pops decoy as well. Very well played, but rYo didn't fall for that decoy. Doesn't matter either ways. Wukong will manage to escape, so it's back to a 6-6, 500 gold in it. And that 2v2 exchange at top could really have gone either way, but it just goes to show how powerful Maokai's ultimate can be in those kind of exchanges. Back to bot lane once again while I'm looking at which items have been built. You can see Wukong is on 3 for 0, has that Wriggles Lantern, has a Ruby Crystal and Ninja Tabi from the very beginning. What did Udyr buy? Well, the answer is Doran's Blades, +3. And he also has Boots of Speed with 3 health pots on top of it. So a fairly big gap opening up here at top lane. And Wukong is one of those champions that you really want to get fed, especially in team fights later on, mid to late game. His ultimate is so critical, especially when you have a Janna as well on your team. You can basically have Wukong pop in with Cyclone, knock everyone in the air, Janna pops a Howling Gale, knocks everyone in the air again, and before you know it, your entire team has just disappeared from the face of the earth. But let's have a quick look at creep score difference at bot lane. You have Tristana on 71, Ashe on 68, so basically by and large even there. Tristana has picked up 2 Doran's Blades, a Vampiric Scepter, and looks to be building towards Berserker's Greaves, whereas Ashe has already completed that Berserker's Greaves and has a quick pickaxe with 3 Doran's Blades on top of it. Udyr has to be careful because Ari is starting to push up here from the blue team, and Udyr could get dropped if he's not careful, as he is going to run back to that tower, but Ari's going to actually jump on top of it. She has popped a few of her abilities. Udyr is going to fall here any second now. You have to feel from Wukong. There we go. He has been dropped from Wukong, but they made a bit of a 5-course meal of that one. Did reality online at top. Ari actually missed a couple of her abilities, which nearly gave Udyr the possibility to pick up a kill. As I'm talking, rYo has actually taken down Tristana. Janna looks like she could be following suit. Nice Howling Gale onto Ashe, but rYo has popped that speedball. He's going to be so quick. He is going to catch Janna, maybe not just yet. Janna has no boots here, so she's definitely in all kinds of problems as rYo is much quicker. He's popped Tremors. I think Janna's going to try and flash through the bush. Indeed she does. Popped a nice Typhoon as well to push back rYo. Monsoon, sorry, not Typhoon. And I played too much World of Warcraft. And basically she is going to escape. Or is she? I have no idea how she just died there. What? Did she die for minion? Back towards the mid-inhib? What the hell? I didn't see that, I'll be honest guys. I switched over because I assumed that she was going to be safe, and then I saw that she died. That for me was a bit of a strange moment. Either way, you are now going to see a 4-man strong push from Rest in Pieces onto Dragon. This should be a free Dragon as well. Maokai is on the golems. Ari can't do too much in mid, and the only player from Rest in Pieces who wasn't taking part in that action was Udyr at top, who is just going to keep farming away to his heart's content, as he's going to try and catch up with that Wukong, who's on 4 for 0 right now with 85 creep score. Udyr only on 64. But apart from top lane, it's by and large fairly even. You're going to have a look at Tristana's on 1 for 3, Ashe is on 2 for 3, so at bot lane Ashe is having the better of it at the moment. Let's have a quick look in mid. Morgana's on 1 for 1, Ari's on 1 for 0. So Ari obviously slightly ahead, but nothing to write home about. Jungle-wise, rYo is on 3 for 0, and Maokai's on 1 for 2, so that's a big plus in favour of Rest in Pieces, because rYo, of course, is a tanky, bulky kind of champion that can do a lot of harassment, and of course can win you games as well. As Wukong is going to continue to harass at top lane, Udyr has to pull back to that tower. Wukong's going to have free farm here. Udyr just can't do anything. As Maokai and rYo's actually going to come head to head here. The two junglers going to battle it out, both the same level. Udyr though is going to get taken down from Cyclone. You have to feel that damage is going to be enough. Indeed it will be. You can see Udyr was trying to actually stun him with Bear Form, and now Wukong's going to try and come in, perhaps take down rYo as well. And the ultimate has been popped off from Maokai. Also going to use his Arcane Smash, but there's Morgana's ultimate. Maokai has flashed through the bush, but he's in no man's land here. In all kinds of trouble. He's just going to basically stand still and take it like a man. He cannot escape this. There's the taunt from rYo, and down goes Maokai. Just perhaps buying some time for Wukong to escape there, Maokai, maybe realising that his life was at an end, but just wanted to make sure that Wukong could run away and live to fight for another day. Action at bottom lane as Tristana's going to go into Ashe. Taric has popped his ultimate. Ashe fires a volley into the bush. Okay, no one was in there, but fair enough. Maybe it was just a quick reaction shot that didn't quite fire the way she was expecting, but either way she has actually managed to escape. And Janna is going to go to place a ward just outside of Dragon. Of course, it's a great position to plant there. You get so much time to react if you do see someone coming down to bot lane. A lot of people actually put the ward in this bot bush just next to the lane, and that's not necessarily a great idea, because of course then you get very little time to react, especially if it's likes of rYo or a Maokai who's just going to explode out of that bush, snare you or taunt you. So you really do need to plant that ward closer towards Dragon. You get much more chance to react to any potential ganks coming in. But let's switch back over towards mid. Haven't really give these two too much love. They're both on 11, level 11, both have blue buff. And both on relatively decent creep score. You can have Morgana ahead by 4. She's got 123 now, so she's ahead by 5. And Ari on 118, so very much even in mid. Top, as ever, is very much one-sided. Wukong on 5 for 0 now, going to go back, pick up Phage, pick up Giant's Belt, probably going to be taking that Frozen Mallet here. And in the meantime, Udyr has picked up the Chain Vest for the plus 45 armor, trying to negate some of that damage that Wukong does. Of course, Wukong is an AD champion. He will be doing damage via AD, not necessarily through magic damage. So, bot lane, how is it going for Tristana? She has picked up the Cloak of Agility to give her a plus 18% critical strike. She still has that Vampiric Scepter, but compared to Ashe and her pickaxe, she's not going to be doing just as much damage as Ashe as it stands. But Janna, of course, is great. rYo's going to speedball in. Not sure if he was actually intending to gank there, or maybe just scare off Tristana and Janna. And he's actually going to go up towards mid now. Wukong in the meantime is going to come down towards mid as well. Could be another 2v2 fight on the cards here. And amongst all of this, the goal difference has moved to 1.6k in favour of Rest in Pieces. So still fairly close for the 17-minute mark. And here's some action here as the arrow's going to come in from Ashe. Very nearly actually lands onto Ari, but nearly is not close enough in this case. Had that have landed, Morgana probably would have managed to pick up the kill, although having said that, Maokai was lurking as well, so perhaps Morgana wouldn't have picked that one up. But rYo is starting to come down. He has Speedball. Who's he going to go for? He's going to go for Tristana, but Tristana rocket jumps away just before Tarek's stun lands onto her, and just as a precautionary ultimate, Janna will pop off that Monsoon to push them all back anyway. Regardless, some action at the top lane as well, as Udyr is going to try and run away. He has about a quarter health remaining. Ignite's been put on him. Is Ari going to land the charm? It's on cooldown for 3 seconds, but he's going to go down anyway from Ari, and that Orb of Deception, as it comes back, that pendulum just smashing Udyr down, and he will now be taken out of the equation. Once again, Reality Online will re-establish this 1-kill lead, 9-8 ahead. Going to see Ari going back to spawn. He's going to pick up a needlessly large rod. And she also has blasting one, so I'd expect Rabadon's death cap to be coming out relatively shortly from her. Ashe has gone back and built up the BF sword. And Tarek is now going to be porting back. Let's have a look at the items for the two junglers. Rammus, of course, is fairly nicely fed. 4 kills, 0 deaths. He's picked up the Giant's Belt, the Ruby Crystal, has the Philo Stone, has the Heart of Gold as well, as the first tower has been taken down. It's going to be Wukong, surprise, surprise, taking down that top tower from Udyr. And now Udyr is going to have some chance to get some farm, because Wukong has went back to spawn again. Wukong has fairly predictably picked up that Frozen Mallet. Of course, gives him great life and some additional damage on top of it. And of course, every time you hit an enemy, it will slow them by 40%, which is great for him. You can't really escape from Wukong anymore. Rammus is going to be caught overextending here from both Janna and Maokai, but their raw damage is nowhere near enough. Ari now coming in. She has been caught from Morgana's Dark Binding, but Morgana will escape back to the tower. Thought for a second maybe Morgana was going to pop off that ultimate. They were going to engage in a team fight, but not to be here, as now Maokai is going to try and take down the opposition's jungle. Wukong has gone huge with this ultimate on the cycle. Look at all that damage that he's done to Ashe. Ashe has managed to escape here. Now Ari the cavalry has came in from Reality Online. Morgana pops her ultimate. Great ultimate that was. She has taken down Ari. Also manages to stun Wukong as well. Wukong though will decoy away and somehow manages to survive with about 400 HP. Of course, that's the beauty of an early Frozen Mallet. You're so tanky, and on top of that, with his items already, he's doing all kinds of damage as well. The top tower has been taken down from Udyr, so it doesn't really seem seem to care. There's a huge team fight going down at bot. And to be fair to him, the only kill that came in was from Morgana. As maokai is going to jump onto Morgana, has popped his ultimate as well. Is Wukong going to jump in with Nimbus Strike? The answer is a no. The Howling Gale comes out from Janna, but doesn't hit anybody. And that's pretty much going to be the end of that team fight, as a lot of people are on little to no health. But Ash is lurking once again. Is she going to go for this? Wukong's going to use Nimbus Strike, uses the crushing blow as well. Ash has no health, but here comes Rammus, gets stuck on the wall in fact, and a nice monsoon from Janna as Wukong will flash across and finishes off Ash. Sick play from Wukong, but he has been stunned from Taric. Is he going to get taunted as well? The answer is actually a no, as the Howling Gale knocks both Rammus and Taric into the air. Wukong could actually escape here with absolutely no health whatsoever. Under 100 HP, and he can count himself lucky that he didn't get downed in amongst all that action. But again, Reality Online somehow managed to escape by the skin of their teeth, and they still have that kill advantage, even though they are behind by 1.6 gold. Which is going to be partly down to the fact that so far Rest in Pieces have had control over Dragon. They're actually going to get another free Dragon here. They already got the first one. Now the second has spawned, and look at them just already jumping on top of it, down to half HP. Ari and maokai once again are nowhere to be seen. They have a ward above Dragon, but not actually on it, so they didn't really know what's going to happen. In fact, having said that, they do have a ward on top of Dragon, which I didn't see until it was down. So they knew what was happening there, but weren't able to go ahead and push across. And this is going to give maokai and his team a chance to try and push down this mid tower. It's on about, well, it's on 0 health now, so it has been down from them. And of course, mid tower is fairly important to those kind of jungle control. If you don't have your second tower up, very easy for the opposition to just push in, take the raids, take the wolves, take blue and red as well. And if you have a quick look at Ari's mid tower, I mean, it's only lost about 600 HP, so a big difference there in mid. Going to try and push this second mid tower. Have to be careful though, because if Rammus taunts one of them, they're going to be in a lot of problems. As the Ash ultimate has came in, lands onto maokai. Tristana knocks back Rammus there. He is actually going to manage to land that taunt on top of Wukong. Morgana pops her ultimate. Will she get some stuns? The answer is actually a no. And Ash has taken down maokai in amongst all the action. Udi is on very low health. Wukong's actually behind him here. Has he got any chance of doing some damage? As Janna's going to come to his rescue, but I think Wukong's going to be dropped from Ash. Indeed she will. Indeed he will, even, as Ash will pick up her second kill in the exchange. Again, it's just basically back and forth, two heavyweight boxers punching each other's lights out. And Rest in Pieces have reassumed that one kill advantage, but it's been backwards and forwards. No team has really started to push away from the opposition in that regard. But that team fight definitely went the way of Rest in Pieces, and they are now going to try and push down this mid tower. Going to try and even up the odds here. Not too much that Ari and Janna can do. Ari on very little low health, Janna with no mana whatsoever. The stun has came in from Taric, but they're not going to follow up on that, as they have seen Tristana coming out of that bush with the red buff, and that mid tower will indeed go down. So, let's have a look at some of the scores. Haven't had a chance with the action flying off. Ash is on 4-4-4. I've just seen Ari picking up the Rabadon's death cap. And Wukong has moved 6 for 1. What's Tristana building? Looks like she may be going for a Bloodthirster or perhaps also an Infinity Edge. Ash has 2,600 gold in the bank, so she could finish off that Infinity Edge actually. It's just whether she's going to go and do so, as maokai has actually caught himself out once again. There's no one anywhere near maokai here, so I've no idea what he was trying to accomplish with that. Ash is actually going to land the ultimate, and Ash is going to just freeze him out of this one entirely. Morgana will go in to pick up the kill. Wukong's actually popped his Cyclone, but Morgana, her Hourglass actually comes to a rescue, but Wukong is on the hunt for more kills. Could actually finish off Ash here, or will he die to the tower, as he is going to actually take down Ash instead. In turn, actually, he gets dropped as well. And I'm not entirely sure about that team fight from Wukong. The idea was good, but the execution wasn't quite there. I could see he was trying to finish off Ash as well before she could escape, but actually instead got took down by that tower. So it was a 2-for-2 exchange in the end, in fact a 2-for-1 exchange, and obviously Rest in Pieces. Ash is going to go back, pick up that Infinity Edge. She also has Zeal, also has the Cloak of Agility, so she could theoretically be going ahead to try and pick up that Phantom Dancer as well. Udyr, in the meantime, because of how outfarmed he got at the beginning, has been kind of playing catch-up here, just pushing that top lane, has managed to pick up 158, has the Atmars and Pela, and a lot of Doran's rings as well. Of course, Atmars and Pela will gain attack damage equal to 2% of your maximum health. That's the reason why I went ahead and picked it up, and that's also the reason he's gone for Giant's Belt, because they synchronize nicely together. Either way, going to see Morgana taking this blue. Rest in pieces. On the opposite side of things, blue is down. So, has anyone actually got blue? No, they don't. No one has blue in Reality Online at the moment. Ash is going to just farm at bot lane. Going to recall again. How much gold does she have? She has 420, so nothing to write home about. The ward coverage from both teams, you can see, is pretty much identical. There's no huge differential between the warding. They have all the vital areas warded, pretty much on top of each other in some cases. And now it's really going to be down to who catches who out. Morgana very nearly landed a Dark Binding on top of Ari. The Ashe ultimate will come in, but a nice jump out the way from Ari. Great deception and a great way to actually avoid that arrow, because had Ari been hit with the arrow, I honestly believe that she'd have gone down in a heartbeat, because you had the entire team, Rest in Pieces, just lurking, just waiting there like predators. Ari, of course, is a fairly squishy champion at best. Either way, though, Wukong is going to pull back, as been seen by a ward from Rest in Pieces. So they're going to realise this is going to be a 5v4 at best, and they're going to push through mid. I think Ashe did manage to land a couple hits onto Tristana there, as I was actually looking away from the action in that case. But you're now going to have Maokai finishing off the race. The Hawk shot did spot him. Or they're going to perhaps go for a quick Baron here, Rest in Pieces. They could feasibly get it, because they have Udyr, and they also have some nice damage from Ashe with the Infinity Edge and Zeal, but I think they're realising it's a bit too risky, as it would be a 5v5 exchange on Baron, and of course Baron at this kind of stage of the game is doing a fair amount of damage on his own. So they're going to push to top and let Ashe get all these last hits. But have a look at Reality Online coming round the side here. The Shrire's Reverie has been popped. Maokai is going to jump on top of Ashe here. The ultimate should be coming in any second now from Morgana. Morgana has popped the ultimate. Will she get any stun? She has also took the Hourglass off cooldown as well. Actually saved herself. Somehow nobody has died just yet. I'm amazed at this. Now the death's starting to come in. Ari's taking down Morgana. Ashe should fall soon. Udyr back onto Tristana. Ashe has been down as well. It's going to be Wukong against Taric. Of course, Taric does little to no damage, so Wukong should be right in this exchange. But Rammus is starting to come down, and he is fed. 5 kills, 8 assists. Ari's doing her best to try and stave off some serious damage onto the opposition, but it's not going to happen. That team fight went 2 for 4 against Reality Online, and that should now be a free Baron for Rest in Pieces, because Wukong's on so little health. He's only got 260 health remaining. He cannot do anything to steal Baron here or take down all 3 players. So a cataclysmic loss of life there for Reality Online, and on top of that, of course, you have to put into the equation that Baron has also been downed, or it will be down for fairly soon from Rest in Pieces. Indeed, not necessarily the quickest Baron you've ever seen, but purely on the basis that 4 of the opposition were dead, they are going to manage to pick that one up. And they've also taken it down when both Ashe and Morgana had respawned as well, which is always nice. So all 5 players from Rest in Pieces now have that Baron buff. Remember, this is a bit of a grudge match, a bit of a revenge match, because in the second round of the upper brackets, actually Reality Online beat Rest in Pieces. Wukong's going to be overextended here. There's also the Oracle, so his Deceive's not going to help him. There you go, Ashe will pick up that kill with Baron 4v1 and a fed Ashe. Goodbye Wukong, there's nothing you could have done there, and Ashe has actually gone ahead and finished off that Phantom Dancer. The only downside of Ashe right now is she's quite squishy. She's got about 1,700 HP, so she can go down fairly fast from the likes of a Wukong, but of course you do have a Rammus and a Taric as well that can protect Ashe. If someone jumps on top of Ashe, Rammus of course can taunt them off, or Taric can just stun them down. And with Morgana's ultimate as well, you just have to favour Rest in Pieces team here, because in 5v5 fights, Morgana can pop that ultimate, does nice damage, also going to scare the opposition. They're going to try and do everything they can to escape. Rammus should actually catch up with one of them here, but nice Howling Gale from Janna. She's been a great utility champion for a team so far in this match, but I think that's going to be a dragon as well for Rest in Pieces with Baron. Nothing that Reality Online can actually do in this situation. They've even CV'd it, not going to make a difference. Down it goes, an extra 1k gold to their team. You can see that goal difference starting to pile up here. It's about 9k between the two, but until the last 5 or so minutes, it was basically like 1 to 1.5k difference at most. So you're now going to start to see this snowball in effect, rolling it down the hill, gathering up speed. Bottom tower has been taken down as well from Rest in Pieces, so an additional nice chunk of change in their back pocket. Now moving to about 10k difference. Idiot's going to push in here, but I don't think he's going to have any luck whatsoever with Tristana. Indeed he won't. The Ash arrows coming in, has landed onto Tristana. This should be a kill. The Monsoon has been popped from Janna, but she's also going to actually get taunted here with Tristana. Ultimate in from Morgana as well. This is going to be a couple stuns. Maokai's been stunned. Rammus is chasing after people, and actually you're going to see Wukong take down Ash in amongst all that action. That's another huge blow for Reality Online, as Rest in Pieces lost just Ash, Tristana, Wukong and Ari all being taken down for Reality Online, and that is going to be the start of the end of this game, I honestly believe. With oh, there you go, it is going to be the end of the game as the surrender voters came in. Kind of understandable that they would call the GG their Reality Online. I mean, you had a fed Ash, you had a great team comp as well, with Morgana just running in amongst all the action, stunning people, slowing them, doing nice damage, and she also had the Hourglass, so she was very difficult to actually finish off. So that will be game number 1, guys. We're going to throw it to a quick commercial break for game number 2 while we get invited and such. So stay tuned, and we should be back very, very shortly.